Hi Gemini, welcome. This is Mary Ellen coming to you once again from Moonrise Cottage for your July 2017 Soul Tarot reading. And I'm going to finish shuffling the deck. There's a lot going on here energetically. In case I forget, if you're new to the channel and you want a private reading or you'd like a consultation of some kind, channeled energy, etc., my email address is in the description box below the video. Please send me an email. I get many dozens of messages and hundreds over the course of a month. So do not worry if I don't get it back to you immediately. I respond to messages as they come in. So be patient with me. Between my schedule for readings and answering messages and creating videos, etc., it just sometimes it takes a little bit. Okay. So Gemini, I wanted to jump right in. As I began to shuffle the cards to prepare for the reading, this jumped right out, literally jumped out, and it really gave me a beautiful sort of spiritual chill. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And welcome back for anybody who's been following along. I'm clairvoyant. I've been here on YouTube since the end of January through a commitment that I made with Spirit in order to get a certain type of message out to the collective. So these videos do build upon, there's a story that is unfolding according to Spirit that started this year with the eclipses that happened in February. If you haven't watched the eclipse videos that are on a playlist, please go and do that, because these videos build upon that moment when a portal opened. So Gemini, for you, you've been on a very particular, significant type of spiritual journey, especially attuned, according to Spirit, to your energy, your astrological energy set point. And we've had a lot of discussion about your keen intellect and how that helps you along your spiritual journey. Last month, in the month of June, you came to a profoundly significant shift, a moment in which you were standing with the wisdom of the ancients, standing before the sacred cauldron of all wisdom. And in that moment, the sacred shaman was with you, with her magical bird and her whip, to awaken the deeper part of your nature. Spirit's correcting me. The next part of your awakening, all right? You were being released into this moment so that your soul could lift from your physical being while you were here, standing before the sacred cauldron of all wisdom. The wisdom of the ancients, the Akashic records, some people call it, in order to have the next phase of your soul journey while you're walking here on the earth. If you saw that video, you'll know I got very choked up because of the amount of energy and the beauty of it that was coming through at the end of the reading. If you haven't seen it, I'm begging you to go watch it, okay? Because it's very clear to me that this is continuing, and deeply so. All right, so I'm just going to finish the shuffle, and we'll go forward together with this reading. See what the next phase of this development is going to be about for you. So this card that you can see is the Perfector of Energy. In the traditional tarot, that would be the World card, okay? Here in Soul Tarot, the Perfector of Energy is about being aligned with the sacred spiral of life through the seasons. This breastplate, if you know anything about tarot, the World card, it talks about the 4 seasons and the growth that happens. In Soul Tarot, it is about the growth of your soul journey and how that affects you as a human entity, a spiritual entity walking inside a human body. And you are coming to the place, as we all are, you in your particular way, coming into this place where your full attention is on that notion. And there's the triple spiral, the life, death, life cycle, sitting above your head at the crown chakra. And your energy, okay, the spiritual energy of the moment. Spirit is saying, this is the card that sits over the top of the reading, a message from Spirit for you about the spiritual energy, the light, and the theme of this moment, and the things that are going to be coming through the cards to discuss with you this month and to help you on your way. All right? And so Spirit is sending through, loud and clear. Remember last month when the soul was rising and with its back to the physical world, walking out into the universe, into the sacred mystical realm to have its own journey, and above its head was this spiral, okay? And look at that, the bull. And you see how the spiral, there's one of the other significant things about this card, if you want to talk about chakras for a minute, okay? We see the triple spiral at the crown chakra. I'm going to widen this back out. And this is the Perfector of Energy. That's what this card is, the full name of the card, all right? Major Arcana. Last one in the Major Arcana of this deck. So we see the triple spiral at the crown chakra, the pineal gland, and also each aspect of that triple spiral surrounding the root chakra. You are grounding yourself here on the planet deeply into your vibrational nature as a Gemini, right? In order to have this moment where you can open the crown chakra to the spiritual energy that exists in these moments. I'm going to scroll all the way out. Okay? Let's see what the cards say. That's a profound message right off the top. I'm not surprised based on where Spirit left you last month with your, development going forward. Okay. Sometimes, the cards come out in an interesting way. Spirit says right here, right at the split. So let's see. Okay. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, here we go. So, yeah, there's a lot of chatter coming through. All right, I'm going to do my best to encapsulate. Sometimes Spirit there's an unending flow of discussion, and I want to give the messages, and I don't want to go too long. All right, so, let's see. Beautiful partnership. All right, I've talked about that. There it is. How gorgeous is that? I just, I could gaze into this card for hours because of the energy that comes off it and all the things that pop into my heart and mind. So I'm just going to hold that image there for you for just a moment, okay? All right. So that's Spirit talking to you. And look, this is you. Aligned. Spirit says, these two things. Aligned. That's the Moon card. Another Major Arcana card. Side by side you sit with Spirit in this type of energy. And, clear, obviously in a certain way. From here, we raise our vibration. I hesitate to use that term. I'm going to explain for those of you who haven't been here. Okay, that's the imaginer of harmony. And, clearly, in a sense, a Pisces-like moment is the way it comes through to me. Diving deep into the watery, mystical aspect of life. Riding this energy. Diving deep. To have this journey, that's the sacred vessel. You can't tell by the picture, but it has, in mythology, it has golden oars. And it can travel and take you anywhere your soul wants to go. Because it is deep across the divide. You know, the moon card, it's all about intuition, mystical vision, the ability to have higher vision, to understand. Dreams may come through for you as you walk through this month, continuing your soul journey with the Akashic records, pardon me, I can never say that well, and, you know, the wisdom of the ancients. All those places that you arrived. This journey continues, and you have the capacity to continue to travel in that direction through this month as we prepare in July for the next opening that is happening through the eclipse season that is coming in August, which will be as profound as, if not more so, Spirit says, as the eclipses that came in February that started this journey, this message pathway from Spirit. Okay? Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love this card with such a passion. It just tells such a beautiful story. You really almost have to, don't even have to put any words on it. It's so amazing. Okay? So, let's see where you're going. Look at that. Okay. That is the third major arcana card. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to scroll out. In a row. So, Gemini, don't doubt that you are going and you have the capacity to travel very deeply, very profoundly, with intention through these next couple of months. You know, what Spirit's telling me is it's really going to be through the end of the year because of all this amazing shift and change. And then once you reach that destination, when these shifts have fully happened, something new is going to be revealed to all of us. And hopefully, God willing, Goddess willing, I'll be here to chat about that. Spirit says the point of this card is right here in the center, at the heart chakra, where our abundance resides and the place from which it flows. All right? See that beautiful woman? This is fertile, female, archetypical energy. She has clarity of vision. She is, in a way, this to me looks like a person sort of in a trance. She's across the veil, even though she's standing right here on the earth. Very sacred. A very sacred female deity. And you know, in the traditional tarot, this on some level harkens from the Lover's card. And she had to choose her pathway. She had to figure out where she was going. You see there are two deities, two beings, Spirit says, behind her. Male type of energy. Alright? She had to choose her pathway and the things she was going to give her energy to. And she chose her devotion. She chose to align herself with sacred devotion as a primary relationship in her life. And it is one of the messages that continues to come through these cards. Well, actually, you know, it comes from Spirit. The channel messages come through to me as the cards come out. So the lover of devotion has the things that her spiritual devotion as the primary aspect of her life. And Spirit wants to remind you, okay? Don't get twisted up. That's what Spirit says. Don't get all twisted up and think that your soulmate's coming and all. That's not what this is about. That is not my purpose here on YouTube. I want to just continue to be clear about that. If that happens for you, fantastic. Enjoy it and understand that you are not to collapse yourself into a relationship. All right? We're humans. We're going to have our love relationships, families, etc. That's part of our sacred plan, of course. These messages are about your relationship with yourself as a spirit being and how that relates to Spirit, the divine, whatever words you want to put on that. Sacred energy that we walk with as a reflection of what is happening in the heavens. Okay? So, okay, Spirit says, okay. I get so chided. I just want you to know. It's not personal. It's just coming from Spirit. So, look at this again. This this is a major arcana card. That is the High Priestess. Again, female, archetypical energy. When you take these steps, you know, please, if you haven't seen last month, go look. Here in your human journey, these are the things, the thoughts, the emotions, the inklings, the intuition that is going to come through to you as you walk through the month of July. Because you are walking, you know, Spirit's telling me the calendar, in a progression of days toward the next set of eclipses. Okay? Jupiter has gone direct. I believe Pluto is in retrograde. There is a certain kind of balancing that's going on that is allowing all of this to happen. Where we walk in between, according to Spirit, we are able to walk between in these moments. And Spirit is inviting you and letting you know that the energy aspects are there. I mean, you know, as a human person, seriously, 4 major arcana cards in a row, that's no joke. That's something, okay? So let's look at this beautiful woman. Another archetypical, do you see the shield? Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful. In so many ways, the imagery. Activated very deeply once again at the heart chakra, the sacred spiral of life. The same type of vision, looking outward from within, says Spirit, as the messenger, standing in the energy of the Sacred Mother, from whom all gifts arise, and who does come through the mythology of this deck as the sacred deity who assists souls as they journey, bringing them the abundance that they need. So actually this woman is the guardian of truth. The sacred truth, the sacred knowledge that we carry inside of us at our heart chakras. She is here to meet you. She stands at the gateway to this. She brings abundance. She brings tranquility. She assures your pathway, your success. She holds her personal power. Do you see the spear? This is about sacred warriorship. And these symbols do not have anything to do with violence or fighting. You know, Spirit's now sort of wisecracking and saying, you know, that's just so over. That's just so over that anyone would seek to waste their energy on that at this point. Okay, look at her. I mean, she stands in the garden. That's what Spirit is saying. She stands in the mystical garden at this secret passageway, this gateway. All right, beautiful. When you come into this place of devotion, this is who meets you. You come to the gateway, the sacred gateway. Look at that. Okay, Gemini, you know, really, I'm just sending you my hugs and my respect. As a spirit being, you are just traveling so profoundly. This is the woman of knowledge. This woman is a healer. And so when you arrive at the gateway and you align your energies, quite obviously, I suppose, a profound healing takes place. All right? So the woman of knowledge, she has been through her transformation. She is of the spirit world. That is why she has these dark blue garments. Her transition is complete. She has come across, you see? The light in the background, the mountains, she's traveled across. And in this moment, when she meets you at the gateway, as you go through this gateway, your healing begins on some profound level. And you know, there's a long story in the mythology of this card, and I've been talking a lot, so I'm going to really just be short about it. She kneels at a gravesite, And there are, someone was murdered. It's an unhappy story in a certain way. But the person who was murdered was her brother. And because of the mystical story, in the background, what eventually happens is he was a great healer. And from his bones, literally growing out of his gravestone, are the sacred herbs and plants that she uses in order to heal. It's a beautiful, beautiful story, even though, something awful happened in the background. And so, Spirit's talking, to me about human existence. Our healing is going to come from that which we created that we feel so bad about. Once we align our heart chakras and our devotion, and we come to this gateway, things are going to be revealed to us because we will have crossed our journey, arriving still here as spirit beings in a human form. Okay? Very profound. There's a lot of chatter going on, and let's see what's at the bridge, okay? Look at that. Okay. Oh, deep breath. You make me cry. Gemini, when I do your readings, I get very choked up. There's just the mystical aspect of your being is beautiful. Very deep. Again, please look into these cards. Look at the color. Far across the universe. Having come through. Being of the Spirit, of the Divine. This is the bridge card. This is the energetic set point that carries you into your spiritual journey this month. The Queen of Knowledge sits suspended in the mystical realm. And, it looks like she's playing an instrument. What, in fact, she is doing is weaving. She is weaving the threads of your destiny. The energetic threads that you create through this journey. That is the bridge. All right? All of these things that you create, all of these passageways that you go through. Here's the first card on the spirit pathway. Not a surprise at all. It's a number 6. Okay? So, there's more growth to come. However, this is a foundation. You've reached a new foundation. It is the foundation of battle. The foundation of spiritual warriorship. Do you see? Look at that beautiful warrior. Look at the beauty of that male archetypical energy. It is just amazing. And do you see the spear? You see the energy in the spear? That's his personal power. He is clear. He is strong. He is unafraid. He has come across this beautiful journey. And look, that is spirit. Do you see that? That is spirit. Standing in the background, observing, guiding, protecting. This is the other side of the gateway. You have come through. Spirit wants me to be very clear with you about that. So I'm going to pull the card out. All right, so the foundation of battle is about having come through a rite of passage. And no, on an initiatory, a sacred warrior's initiation, each warrior does battle with themselves in whatever way is pertinent to their development. And so when you think about these stories that unfold month to month, think about that. And your energy set point is a Gemini. And how you develop, particularly, is very needed, very sacred, because you are literally transforming in a particular way in order to provide the energy set point, the strings of the sacred fabric. That's what this is about. Okay? Not only are you weaving the patterns of your own destiny, the Queen of Knowledge is here. She's been in all the readings. She's here, waiting for all of us to do our work. And as each energy pattern arises from the different astrological signs, and within the astrological cohort, Earth, fire, air, water. Those things are being woven. Spirit's telling me, astrologically and spiritually, in order to weave the tapestry of our new destiny. It's an amazing story. Okay, so you've come through a rite of passage. You have a new foundation. And you see, the beautiful female high priestess that met you at the gateway of the Sacred Mother as you went across. And here we are, crossing over and balancing into this beautiful male archetypical energy. It's hard for me sometimes to find words. It's a poetically beautiful transition. Just literally gorgeous. Like the outcome for last month. I don't even know what to say. Okay, so, interesting. I like this. Second card on the spirit realm. A new courtship. An artful courtship. Okay? Again, passion and new growth. We always look toward the colors. This is a very interesting tale. I'm going to be real brief about it. You may have seen it before. This couple was betrothed to be married, and there was someone who was standing in their way. All right, so what Spirit's saying, once again, is think about your spiritual energy. The joining of male and female archetypical energy, yin and yang, in order to create a wheel of constant spiritual movement, feeding each other, right? Someone tried to interfere. There were things in the way, is what Spirit's saying. Okay, the card is here. Spirit's telling me it's really about the illustration, so I can speak to the point. So I'm not going to tell you the backstory. But they had to find a way to overcome obstacles. And they did it by using their energy. See how there's energy around that bag? There was no violence. There was, they were using their love. The way they were connected, the way you're connected with Spirit is what overcomes obstacles. As a warrior with a new foundation, this is the way in which you operate now. Hand in hand with Spirit, your devotion secured. Your obstacles just get encapsulated. No harm, no foul, says Spirit. They get transformed, encapsulated and transformed, and your energy remains stable, flowing back and forth between you and Spirit in a yin-yang type of flow. Okay? So let's see what's here. Look at that. Ah, I love it. Spirit, really? Okay. Given what I just said about that, without reiterating, this obstacle was a sacred illusion. And many of the signs have had a visit from this beautiful woman. She is the sacred hag who came through at the eclipse in February. If you haven't seen those videos, please go watch them. They're on a playlist on my channel. She controls water, life energy, shift, change, abundance, tranquility, love, all the things that because of our human set point we desire. We desire them because they are the things that transport us into our spiritual realm, to spiritual understanding. That is why we desire lovers. Spirit is telling me. Okay? That's why Spirit doesn't want to talk through me about that, because there's something deeper, more mysterious about that desire. Okay? So, those two folks had a courtship of art. And in that courtship, they had to do skillful combat in the ways I spoke about. They had to kiss the hag. They had to face that which was abhorrent to them and figure out how to transform it. That is the story behind this card. This woman had to be faced by some warriors, and they had to figure out how to get the water that they were after. And you know what? They had to provide love, sacred love, compassionate love, acceptance to this woman. And when they did that, not only did they gain access to the water, she transformed. And so Spirit says, please think about that very deeply. about those words that just came through? As it relates to life on the planet, as it relates to the nature of a human existence, the things that we desire, and why, from a spiritual perspective, would we have that desire, and what would be of the highest order as we seek to fulfill our desires. Spirit says you're in a place where you can understand that from the very deepest spiritual aspect. That is why this is here at the end of your spirit journey this month. Spirit wants you to come into this place and just stand there and face the illusion of human existence. What a beautiful message. Okay, let's see. Look, of course. So, when all of this happens, again, more warriorship, sacred battle. Another major arcana card, Gemini. I certainly hope that you can take some time for yourself to really sit and meditate or pray or light candles or create some art, any way in which you can go deep. That is what Spirit wants from you. The aspects are here. All right, so you see this card? Female energy. All right. This is the Strength card. That is embracing the lion. Okay? That's the Strength card. Here in Soul Tarot, it is about feminine power. This is the sacred sword of victory. It cannot be beaten. All right? So this female archetypical warrior is the sacred victor. She is the queen of victory. Okay? She carries your soul on her knee. She is here to carry you through your battles. The ancient Celtic people believed the soul resided in the head. And so they would return from battle with the heads because they didn't want to leave the souls on the battleground, okay? So, a lot to say about this card. One of them is this hare. They would bring a hare in a basket to the battle. And when the armies lined up facing each other, you know, we've all seen that in the movies, there's a moment where they stand and face each other before the battle begins. They would open the basket and let the hare jump out, and depending on the way it ran, they would use it as a divinatory tool to understand the nature of the battle and how they could win. And so Spirit is telling you, reminding you, look back, okay? When you think about that, where does the energy go? How does the energy run? What is the impulse? That is what brings you to victory. And so I think that is nicely very clear. I'm not going to say much more about the cards. Spirit wants me to leave you with that and ask you to then look back into the cards for this month. So I'm going to let the video run just for another minute or so in silence. Thank you, Gemini. I continue to have my spiritual arms around you. I'm just sending you my love and hugs and respect as you journey so deeply. Thank you. Thank you so much for your devotion.